Hello everyone, and welcome back to Leo English Channel. This is your host, Leo Darren, and today I am going to speak with you about a very practical and useful topic, a topic that almost every traveler needs to know. The topic is English at the airport. Many people feel nervous when they travel, not only because of the airplane, but also because they must speak English at the airport with the staff, the security officers, and sometimes with other passengers. That is why today I will describe step by step what usually happens at the airport, and I will give you simple examples of sentences that you can use. I will also try to make my sentences a little longer, not too short, so that you can hear how ideas connect naturally in English. When you first arrive at the airport, you usually enter with your suitcase, your passport, and your ticket in your hand or in your bag. The first step is usually to go to the check-in counter. At the check-in counter, there is a staff member who works for the airline, and they will normally ask you politely, "Good morning, may I see your passport and your ticket?" In this situation, you can answer in a polite and complete way. For example, "Good morning, here is my passport and here is my ticket, and today I am flying to London." You see, the answer is not just here, but it is a little longer and gives more information. After the staff member checks your passport and ticket, they usually ask about your luggage. They might ask, "Do you have any bags to check in?" In this case, you can answer something like, "Yes, I have one large suitcase that I want to check in, and I also have one small bag that I will take with me as carry-on luggage." This sentence is a little long, but it is very natural, and it shows the difference between checked luggage and carry-on luggage. When the airline staff finishes checking your bag, they will usually give you a boarding pass. The boarding pass has your seat number, your gate number, and the time when boarding begins. The staff might say, "Here is your boarding pass. Your gate is B12, and boarding will begin at 10:30. In this moment, you can say, "Thank you very much. Could you please tell me how to get to gate B12? This is very polite, and it shows that you want to be sure about the directions. The next important step after check-in is airport security. At security, you must put your bag, your phone, and maybe your laptop into a tray, and then you must walk through the scanner. Sometimes the officer will say, "Please remove your laptop from your bag." You can answer politely, "Of course, here is my laptop. I will place it in the tray now." This is short, but it is complete and polite. If they ask, "Do you have any liquids in your bag?" you can answer, "Yes, I have a small bottle of water, but I will throw it away now because I know liquids are not allowed." These examples show you how to speak politely and clearly at security. After security, you usually enter the departure area. In the departure area, you can see many shops and cafes. Sometimes people want to buy something to eat or drink before the flight. If you go to a cafe and the worker says, "Hello, what would you like to order?" you can answer, "Hello, I would like a sandwich and a cup of tea, please. Can I also have a bottle of water?" This is a polite and complete order. You give all the information in one sentence, which makes communication easier. While you wait near your gate, you often hear announcements. For example, the speaker might say, "Attention passengers for Flight 245 to London. Boarding will begin shortly at gate B12. When you hear this, you should check your boarding pass again and then walk to the gate. At the gate, the staff usually says, "May I see your boarding pass and your passport?" You can answer, "Yes, here you are," or "Yes, of course, here is my boarding pass and here is my passport." When you enter the airplane, the flight attendant usually greets you with a smile. They might say, "Good morning, welcome on board." You can answer politely, Good morning. Thank you. I am happy to be here. This short conversation is not difficult, but it helps you feel more comfortable when you enter the plane. Sometimes flights are delayed, and you need to ask for information. Imagine you go to the information desk and you say, "Excuse me, can you please tell me when Flight 245 to London will depart?" This is a polite question. If the worker says, "The flight will depart at 12:30 instead of 11, you can answer, "Thank you very much for the information. I will wait near the gate." This way, you are polite and clear. So, step by step, we see many situations at the airport: check-in, security, buying food, waiting at the gate, boarding the plane, and asking about delays. All of these situations can be managed if you prepare a few sentences in English and if you practice saying them with confidence. The most important advice is to be polite, to use complete sentences, and to stay calm.